Welcome to Heartwork Heroes. My name is Amandeep. Heartwork Heroes is a show about extraordinary people who are in their day-to-day life doing passionate work, heartfelt work, impactful and life-changing work to the people around them, to the communities around them, to their friends and family. Today, I have on my show Daniel. Daniel goes by the word by the name Daniel, but his actual name is Fadi. He is a computer and network engineer, is an entrepreneur today. He has two sons, Daniel Jr., who is 21 years old, and David, who's 18 years old. He's originally from Jordan, and he has moved to Canada with his wife, Natalie, with sons, three cats in July 2022. He speaks fluently three languages. I do too, but yeah, he speaks three languages. Arabic is one, English is the second, and he speaks Russian too. And today he's in detailing business since May of 2023. Welcome, Daniel. Welcome to the show. How's it going?
Thank you so much, Amandeep, for having me. And so happy to be in your show.
Pleasure is all mine. I appreciate you taking the time out of your day and being on the show. So my intention is to obviously have fun on the show. So let's just begin. Uh, I want my audience to know what exactly was the motivation for you to get started in your career. Like, when did you become a computer engineer? What inspired you to get into that? Tell me a little bit about your backstory.
So I came from a family where we believe, or my parents believe, that education is number one. And for you to be successful, you need to be either an engineer or a doctor. I think this is the traditional concept in Eastern families. So they
Yeah.
insisted. First they wanted me to study medicine, but since I didn't like blood and working with bodies and other things, so I decided to go into engineering. And I studied computer engineering in Ukraine. That was when I met also my wife. She happens to be from Ukraine. And ever since 23 years now, we are together until today. So yeah, I came back and then I started working so after finishing in Ukraine, I came back to Jordan. I worked as a computer engineer, and that continued along the way. But inside me, I always wanted to start something, my own business, because working for a salary, you can cover your expenses, you can have some savings, but you cannot achieve your full potential. Okay, you're always working to make somebody else rich. So whatever you do, the extra effort, the extra hard work that you put, the certificates that you get, is all just to make somebody else successful. So, and in my mind, I was always thinking, there is something more, and yes, I can do more. And I tried many things. Okay, so um, when we moved to Canada in July 2022, what amazed me is when I was seeing the life in Canada, I see like there are a lot of new people and the consumption rate is very high. So for example, when we started here, we wanted to buy, actually we came without anything. So we had to buy furniture, we had to buy equipments, etc. And when I go to let's say to Walmart or to Costco, and I want to purchase an item, I found out that it ran out of stock. Okay, like an iron board, and I have to wait, let's say, for a month till they bring it. Okay, so it astonished me, how much people are consuming and how much new people are coming. So I thought there is an opportunity behind that. Okay, and I was thinking, at the beginning of real estate. But when I asked my friends and people who I know here, they told me it's not a very good business at the moment because of the interest rates and the taxes and the other regulations that they have in Canada. And also the cost of investment is very high. You need to put a lot of money as a starting point. So I decided to move in a different direction. I met some friends here. They were doing some construction work. Uh, they work
Mhm.
for, they're putting tiles, painting. So I thought I'll start a construction company, and I did. So I registered a company. I created a website since I'm a computer engineer. So all the websites I'm creating by myself. So we started that, and we tried to get some work, but I got into the fact that you need some licenses and you need to have some permissions in order to do certain works. And for you to get that, you need to get certified, and you need to apply for permissions. So it is a long process. So I thought to myself, you know, it is a lot of hassle, and most of those guys, they work in a day job, so they are not fully available. Let's say if we have a project that we need to do, and then my son came to me. He was studying graphic design, and he told me, that I want to start my own business. So I told him, okay, what do you want to do? He says, I want to start detailing in car detailing. So I thought to
Okay.
myself, oh my God, well, car detailing, it can be. But, as a loving dad, I thought, I'll support him since this is what he wants to do. Okay. So I bought him the equipment, the vacuum and the steamer and the cleaning stuff, and we created the website and we started the advertising, and he started getting some clients. And, as a supporting that, I was, going out and helping him while he was doing this type of work. And little by little, I started taking my own clients as well, and doing stuff myself. And then, as it went, as more clients I get, some of them, they were asking me for making some touch up, like they have some chip stones, or although I didn't have any idea of how to repair such stuff, but they needed this thing. And I remember my first client had an Audi, white Audi, and he wanted me to touch up his car. And I told him, uh, I will not be able to get it to you perfect because I don't have that much experience. He told me that's okay, that's fine with me. Just cover it for me. So I went out and I bought some paint, and I went over there and I did it, and he liked it. Then I realized there is a potential, okay, and I enjoyed it, to be honest. So little by little, I started fixing some small scratches, doing some polish, ceramic coating, and then I evolved into fixing bigger scratches, painting bumpers. So I bought the equipment, I watched the videos, I learned how to do stuff, and now I'm a year into this, or more than a year now. And I'm evolving every day. I'm learning new stuff and trying to open new things and learn. And also the added value basically that we offer our clients. What you have noticed in Canada, that in order for you to do anything, you need to book an appointment a week, maybe months ahead. Okay, if you are lucky, and it takes a very long time to wait to get the service. And
Yeah.
also you need to bring your car uh, to the location, and you need to leave it there. So you need to find an alternative way of transportation, which is extra cost and inconvenience for the customers. What differentiates us from other competition is that we bring the service to the client. So you don't need to go anywhere. You could be sitting at your home or at work while we are getting your car detailed, or while we are fixing the scratches or the dents or the rust in your car. So this is the added value that we offer for our customers, and what differentiates us from, let's say, other competition in the market.
That's good to know. And
Yeah,
I remember when I came to you with my truck,
yeah,
it was a similar story. So I felt it, and you've done a great job because that was a borrowed truck. Daniel and I, we borrowed that truck, and then You did a fabulous job because when we returned it, there was nothing. There was no scratch. It wasn't visible. So, and the personal testimony that yes, you do a perfect job, a beautiful
Thank you.
job. So, yeah,
Thank you. I remember when you
what?
came to me at that night. It was, I think, 16th of February, and
Yeah,
it was 7 p.m. And I thought it was cold outside. So I thought to myself, I'll take it under the ground and I'll do the repair there. And then, the next day I'll give it to you. But since it's an F-150, it didn't fit into the garage. Okay, so I couldn't get it in. So I had to take it outside in
okay,
the visitor parking. And I remember I started working on it around 11 p.m. And when I was spraying the water and sanding it, it was freezing. So it was becoming like ice.
yeah,
So, and it was completely dark, so I had to wear my headlights and to work on it. And after I finished, I thought, I need to polish it, but it was so late at night. I thought I cannot turn on the generator at that time, so I'll leave it to the next day. And the next day, I woke up like at 7 a.m. and I went there and I did the full polish for the car and I did the touch-up paint. And then you came and I
yeah,
can't forget the smile on your face and how much you were relieved when you saw the car
yeah,
because I think yeah, maybe you can
yeah.
say
Yeah, the night previous to that was a difficult night for us to sleep because I was it the thing is Daniel actually borrowed that truck. I was driving it and then somehow I scratched it. So I had two things in my mind. First, Danny being my very good friend. Second, the trouble that he can get into. So those were the things that
yeah.
were uh, on my mind for the night. So Vinny and I, my wife and I, we prayed, and then we said, "I know it's going to be a good job." And when we came in the morning, Vinny was like she was joyful and overexcited, and I felt good, like, okay, this is good. And then we just did the trick of returning the truck late in night so that we don't have any,
Yeah,
there's no possibility.
yeah,
That's
no
what we
chance.
did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think the problem
Thank you.
also is the cost of such repairs. Where you go to
Yeah.
anybody's shop, you can easily end up in $2,000-3,000, and the services that we offer is a fraction of that. So
Yeah.
it makes the life of people much more easier, and so many clients. You're not the only one. I mean,
Mhm.
nothing motivates me more than seeing those people who are relieved, when they have this problem and they think that it's, they're gonna end up paying thousands of dollars.
Yeah.
And then I come and I do it for them and fix it. And then the relief expression on their face and the joy that they will get, once this is over, it's like a nightmare that is gone. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. And that's I felt it too because the work that you do is not only the material side of things, the I feel the energy wise, the spiritual change that you get, the feeling that you get of the relief, something leaving you, the dark energy leaving you, and then
Exactly.
you're
Yeah.
with joy again, the natural state we are all part of. So you do that. So that's commendable for sure. That is amazing. I have experienced it, so I can tell it. Perfect. Uh, we are talking about you being an engineer and coming from East, like I'm from India. I totally relate when you say either you're a doctor or an engineer. Those are the things we are brought up with, right? So, tell me, what were some of your biggest influences when you were growing up?
Yeah, actually, when I was growing up, I always looked up to my dad, who was, also an electrical engineer, and I wanted to be something like him. He was always working hard and, trying to provide for us. Um, but he used to travel a lot So I was missing him. So when I also started working, I started traveling also a lot, like myself. Then I decided, I'm missing my family. So I wanted something, to be more sitting at home and not at home, being with the family and spending more time. And at the same time, trying to make money to provide and putting, bread on the table. So for me, I think having your own business and starting your own business is the key. You need to try several things, and you need to try many things. Okay, you never know what will succeed and what will not. But I think that the most important thing is to take the first step and to continue to move forward. And if you do not succeed, at least you will learn something that will help you in your next experience and how to do it better. So for me, I did many things. I started like construction, as I told you. I did
Yeah.
create also cleaning business. I did safe drivers, which is basically another service that we were providing for customers, who are going, let's say, late at night and partying, and they, get some drinks and they do not want to leave their car. So we send someone to pick them up along with their car and bring them back home safe. So and the detailing business, which is basically is the most successful one so far that I have. And also I offered other businesses such as creating websites, and providing services in IT. But there is a lot of competition in that area, and in Canada, I think the labor work is much more rewarding than let's say just the computer stuff, or this is at least what I have seen so far.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Interesting, interesting experience that you have shared. I've experienced that too. That over here, labor is something I've never thought like that. But yeah, now that you have said that, it made sense. Labor is appreciated more than desktop work. I
absolutely.
understand what
I'll
you're
tell
saying.
you about one experience of mine when I came here also. When I rented my apartment, okay, I there was some leak in the kitchen sink, okay. So I called the plumber, okay. And this guy, he told me, okay, I can give you an appointment after a week on Sunday at 2 p.m. So I told him, Sunday doesn't work for me. Can we, let's say, bring it to 4 p.m.? He says, no, 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 no. I have already other appointments, and if you cannot, you need to wait for another, let's say, 3, 4 days. So I told him, okay, fine, you come on Sunday. So he came on Sunday, and literally, he did it like in 20 minutes. He finished his job.
Mhm.
So I was asking him, how much? I thought like, I'm gonna pay $50 or something. And he was telling me $200. And I'm telling him, why $200? And he says $200 if you pay cash, 200 plus tax if you want to pay, by card or other things. So, what astonished me, for such a small job that, took 20 minutes, you're getting paid $200 while when you're sitting behind your desktop working 8 hours per day, you might not end up earning those $200, okay? And also you get taxed after that. So I think this is one of the advantages of being in Canada. If you have a skill or if you have a
Mhm.
passion for something and you want to do it, it's going to be very rewarding, and you can get the fruits out of it very quickly and
Yeah.
immediately. Yeah.
Yeah, I have a friend who's a plumber too, so he was telling me the same, that the trade jobs here in Canada are more rewarding than just regular jobs. So he was asking me, like, I know you're an engineer, why not consider doing it? It's just not it's just not my game. That's the thing.
Yeah.
I enjoy, yeah, I
Sure.
enjoy being on the computer. I enjoy marketing, so I'm that kind of guy. So, but he did say to me, you know what, you can do it too if you like. Uh, I said, okay, let's see if I want to. But yeah, but
Yeah.
I know what you're saying. Makes sense to me. So tell me, what is your business philosophy?
So I always, I don't think about the money as such, as much as, bringing value to the customers and providing the best service and, solving problems. So when I look at the business philosophy or business model that I'm providing, I'm solving so many problems for the customers. First of all, it's a very quick service, so you can get the service at the same day. Okay, you don't need to wait on the queue or for weeks or months to get the service. Second thing, you get it at your home, so you have the convenience of utilizing your time for something more productive other than waiting. Or you might get it at your work as well. While you're doing your work, you get other things done, so it's more productive. Third thing, it's saving you money, because if you want to do it in another place, it's going to cost you a fortune, while we do it for much less amount of money. And the fourth thing, the value. So you have a problem and you're getting it resolved, and it gets resolved professionally, not just covering up, but in a way that it is permanent and it is professional. So this is how I approach the work I do, and what I believe in, and I always try, to give the best value and to dedicate all my effort. When I start working, basically, I lose sense of time. I don't know, but if you get that, but when you do something that you're enjoying, you don't notice how time pass. And trust me, I worked in such conditions. In Canada, the weather can be very harsh. Like I worked under snow, I worked under rain. So it really, I always try to go the extra mile, and I don't allow any of the obstacles to stand in my way. And I always try to find a way to overcome it.
Yeah, it's good when you mentioned about weather. Uh, I have worked in door-to-door sales here in Canada. So regardless of the weather, whether it is minus 20, 15, minus 16, which feels like minus, 25, sometimes
Yes,
minus 30, you know how it is. But I've knocked in the doors at that time and I've done sales, regardless if I've also been to Vancouver where it's always raining and I've knocked the door. So I understand when it comes to weather, what my understanding is, it's all up here, because if this is, then external can be anything. You can still produce, um, and some people I've seen that weather does affect them so much that they forget what they were doing. But
correct.
if your focus is what you're doing, then yeah, I understand. Just be properly prepared, bundle up properly, you could still perform. It's just my understanding. What do you say?
I fully agree with you. Yeah, you need to focus on your goal, okay? And everything else can be overcome. It's just a small obstacle. It depends how much you enlarge it in your head. If you think like it's okay, it's a little cold. If you wear good gloves, and good clothes, then you will be fine. Then it will be easy for you to work like that. But if you think, "Oh, I'm gonna get wet, I'm gonna get cold, I'm gonna get sick," if you think about those things, it will be much more harder for you to do the work and to complete what you have to do and to achieve your goal. It will take you longer. So you need to think about those opportunities that you have work, you have customers, which is very positive thing, because other people are sitting there, they do not have those customers, so you're having them, and it's an
Yeah, exactly.
opportunity for you because they do not want to do that work, so you have more business and more work. So and this is basically what differentiates successful people from other ones, because other ones, they will go with the flow. Okay. Right now, it's, let's say, a trend to invest in stocks. Everybody will go and buy stocks. But that's not the right time to buy it. The right time to buy it is when everybody is selling. Okay. So
Mhm.
you need to think differently and to use the opportunities, and they are everywhere. And if you think carefully and if you look, you will be able to find those opportunities. Although you might have thousands of uh, competition that are trying to get the same share of market,
Mhm.
but if you do the right thing and you do the stuff that other people do not want to do, then you will be able to get a lot of business.
Yes, true. I totally get that. That's something that is always when everybody is going there, you go the opposite way and you'll be successful. It's just
Yes, exactly. If you go with the
somehow
flow, you will be just another number and you will be able to make fractions. That's it.
exactly because the pie is shared by everything. But here you have a pie that nobody's looking at. That's all yours. Go for it.
It's yours. Exactly. You can take it all.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
What is your typical day look like? What do you do
So,
like when you get
yeah,
everything?
I was telling Daniel the other day when we were sitting, I told him, I do my day work like from 8 to 5 p.m. I sit behind the computer and I have my customers. I do project management. Basically, we do implementation of software. So I do that as a full time. I have conference calls all the time, and I have resources in India and other locations in the world. So and also customers in Canada. And then after that, I will have my detailing customers. And to cover the period where I cannot do work, so my son is helping me. So he's doing that, and also I started working with. I hired another guy who's also started working with us. I give him business and the percentage of the work, which is, he's very happy about it. And recently he bought a van and he equipped it with all the equipment that is required for detailing. So I think I believe in a saying that says, success is something that you can achieve by taking others with you. So you need to help other people as well to achieve what they want and to get what they want, so that you also get what you want. So, and I'm planning also to maybe to expand further, hopefully, as we grow. But for the time being, this is how it is. And then after work, once after 5 p.m., I'll get my own clients. I do basically mostly scratches and paint jobs. So this is what I like it more than doing the detailing. For me, I'll give the detailing job for my son and the other guy who works with me. But for scratches, for ceramic coating, for the dents, I'll do them myself.
Yeah, yeah, that's
And I
that's
can
that's
work
that's
work very late, let's say maybe until 11, 12. Once I had one client, I stayed there like until 3 a.m. in the morning just to get things done, because he had to deliver his car similar to what you had your situation, but he was leasing the car, okay? And he had very nasty, somebody scratched his car from the two sides with a key. So I continued working on it. I remember until 3 a.m. in the morning, so that in the next day when he goes and he delivers the car, he will not get any trouble. So
yeah,
sometimes, you need to go the extra mile.
yeah,
It's not easy, but if you like what you're doing, it will be easy for you. You will not notice all that hardship.
true, true. Which brings me to the question, do you do you believe in personal development? Do you read or do you watch any training? What do you do? Do
Absolutely.
you
It's the most important thing that you can do to yourself. You need uh, to read, you need to watch videos, you need to surround yourself with people who shares and who are ambitious and motivated. uh, because it's contagious. Like if you hang out with people who are depressed and who are,
Mm.
not passionate, you will become somebody like them. So you need to choose your friends and the people who you talk and you work with carefully. And second thing, you need to keep developing yourself. You need to learn new stuff. For me, let's say this type of business, I didn't have a clue on how to do it. It is something totally new for me. I was always on the computer, the keyboard, planning, coding, this type of thing. But for me to go and to do, let's say, to hold a spray gun and to spray and to use clear coat, base coat, those type of things, filler, sanding. It's something, I never done it before, but nevertheless, I took the courage and I started doing it. I started watching videos. I started reading about it more, and I started experimenting and learning new stuff. And little by little, you will get more confident, and you will be in situations where you feel you are desperate, but you need to keep going. You have to do it. Yeah, and eventually, okay, once you overcome this, let's say, fear and this obstacle, you will become much more stronger. You will become more confident. So the next time you face this type of issue, it will be a piece of cake for you because you've already been there. You know how it is. But the first time is the hardest. Okay.
Yeah.
You need to keep motivating yourself. You need to keep, moving forward. Sometimes you will fail, but that's okay. I mean, we all fail, uh, but you need to learn from it. And I think the most important thing is to have satisfied customers. So regardless of what I do, okay, I will always try to make sure that my customers are happy. Even if I am not able to do the job, even if I lose money, okay, I will make sure that the customer is happy and they are satisfied.
Yeah, yeah, that's a good philosophy, and always keeping customer in mind and doing the work according to that, and not focusing on the money aspect of thing and forgetting about the customers, because you've seen how there are some business owners who just focus on the money, do not focus on the value. Mercenary businessmen, they don't last long. That's just my understanding. They don't last long. It's 3, 4 years max, and then the whole market knows that's how you are. Business stops coming to you, you're done. Rather make your name properly and people believe that you are the one who is affordable at the same time, gives so much value for the price that I'm paying, then obviously you'll always stay in business, because prosperity is always favors the person who thinks like that. So that's just my understanding. Any book that you read, any book that you particularly read on a
Yeah,
day-to-day
I
basis?
think I think my the first book that I read and that really made the biggest impression on me is Think and Grow Rich,
Perfect
for
book.
Napoleon Hill. That was my
Yeah.
first experience of, let's say, positive thinking on how the energy of this universe works. Okay,
Mm.
you will get what you think of, so you need to be careful of what you have in your mind. Okay, and how to work on your subconscious mind, basically, in injecting and changing this traditional ideas and values that you have there. And there are techniques in how you can achieve that, and basically planting those ideas inside your head so that later on they become part of you. So you don't, as they say, fake it until you make it. Okay. So you need to tell yourself that you are successful, that you are confident, that you can do that, because nobody else is going to come and tell you. Okay. If you do not do it yourself and plant it in your head, subconscious mind, it will be very hard for you to do something out of the box that you are in. So let's say I'm in an IT, okay? It's very hard for me to think, let's say, oh, okay, I can do some plumbing work or I can do some detailing or, you know, But if you plan this in your mind that you can do it and you can be successful and it is something good that will come out of it, then it will be easy for you to move forward. And you need to keep trying. You need to, it's not easy, okay, to start something new. It's very hard because as a human nature, it's a part of our nature is to stay away from the things we do not know because it is danger. And this is basically why we are here. Okay. Otherwise, we would have, I don't know, been eaten by a dinosaur or a bear at that time. So we try to stay in the shade and, in the area where we know without trying to explore other stuff because there is fear. But once you overcome that fear, the opportunities and the rewards are tremendous. Okay. So you
Yeah,
can as you mentioned, you can get a full buy for yourself that nobody is daring or looking at.
exactly. Yeah, the Think and Grow Rich was my first book too, that I picked up. And the moment I started, one of my favorite chapters from the book was auto suggestion. It's what you feed, what you keep saying to yourself, and that's just one thing that has made a major impact. Because we all come from different backgrounds, we all are brought up in a certain way,
True.
and then there's some self-talk that we always have in us because of the upbringing that we have, right? And what are we suggesting ourselves? Like you were talking about the subconscious mind, it's all about injecting the right things in your subconscious mind so that that is the thing that changes your life. So me
Yeah,
personally, auto suggestion was the what has been, it's still going on. It's something that I still work on. I think you never stop working on yourself.
absolutely.
Uh,
I think one tip, if we can give to the audience, that every day, when you start your day, grab a pen and a piece of paper and you start writing on it, the things that you think. Let's say, I am blessed, I am confident, I am
mhm.
successful, I am healthy, I have good children, I have abundance of money, I'm debt free, I will make it, I have my own business, I have 1 million, although you don't have it. Okay, but
Yeah,
write it down, okay, and trust me, the universe or God will is listening and he will
yeah,
send that to you and you will get it. So if you
exactly.
do this, just simple like 10 minutes, or 5 minutes, you write them down on a piece of paper and you just repeat it day after day. I know you will not see the immediate results, but trust me, after a while, if you look back, you will realize that those things are happening right now to you. Okay, which gives you
Exactly.
motivation even more to continue doing it. So you need to change your perception and your mind in order for things around you to change.
Yes, yes, that's one of the points that I always focus on. For things to change in your life, you got to change things in your life.
Exactly.
So yeah, so you're saying some of the things that I read continuously, and it's good to know that you are on the same wavelength. You do read and you think like similar, and it's so funny. Most people do not believe in the possibilities, but just imagine just having this one act that you can implement on a day-to-day basis of just pulling out a paper and write what your goals are or write what you believe about yourself and write the future in present tense, and it's miraculous because it starts becoming true. Imagine what can change if everyone starts doing this. Their life can change, but that's
Absolutely.
just that people don't believe in, they
I'll tell
think
you
it's
I'll tell you one example, Amandeep. I never thought that I will be sitting in Canada right now, a year and a half ago. I never thought that I will be here. Okay, it was for me like something impossible. It will never happen. Okay, but once I started thinking about it and started practicing this thing, I'm sitting here right now, and I also have my own business, and it's thanks God, very profitable, and life is going, and it didn't end. When I came here, although at the beginning it was very hard for me, but things are improving and it's moving in the right direction. So it works, and I can tell you many other things, but
Yeah, exactly.
you need to believe and just trust the process, and it will happen.
Exactly. And I keep telling this to so many people who are in sales, but they don't believe in all this. I'm like, how are you in sales and you don't do all this? How exactly? How exactly are you thinking it's going to change for you? No wonder your results are not there because you don't believe in it. You think it's amazing. Well, be my guest, keep struggling. You can only
Yeah.
say so. Like, yeah,
Yeah, this is their subconscious mind is resisting the change. They don't want to do the change. Okay, so they need to overcome that fear, and they need
right.
somebody to keep pushing them. You're like a trainer, okay? Like in the gym, when somebody is trying to do a push-up, and then he did two, and then he says, "Oh, I cannot do more," but then you start screaming, "You can't do it," and then he will do another 10. Where did that
Yes.
energy come from? It was already there, but you need to explore it. You need to make it come
Hmm.
out. Otherwise, it will stay inside you.
Yeah, I like the fact you mentioned that sometimes you need some external push for you to realize what potential you have. And once you realize, then it can start. If you realize, okay, it's my potential. I accepted the fact. If I can say that to myself, I can keep doing more.
Sure.
So you don't need external push from there on. If you decide to not, because some people are still looking for, I need motivation. Well, what you need is inspiration. It should come
Correct.
from within you, not from the outside.
And
Yeah,
actually, the work
exactly.
that you are doing is amazing. I think this is goes back and from the name that you have for the show, and the way I see it, it's basically it's gonna, even if it touches one person's life, that's enough. Okay, because it changes their destiny. They will be more successful. They will be more satisfied. Their life will be better. So it is amazing what you are doing. Yeah, I appreciate
Thank
all
you.
of that.
I appreciate all the kind words. I thank you for your time today. I do appreciate that as well. Tell me, what are some of your toughest decisions that you have had to make in your business and in your life?
Yeah, one of the toughest decisions maybe was moving to Canada
Mhm.
because let's say my wife didn't want to come. Um, she was very, very against the idea. Okay, although I had this dream always in from my youth age. When I was still young, I wanted to come here, but my at that time my application got rejected. So finally, when I got it approved, and then I'm telling her we're moving, she says, "No, no, 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 we're not going anywhere. You go by yourself." So I had to convince her and convince my sons and kids, to come over here, which was totally, it's like dropping this your life full life that you had so far and starting from scratch, like from zero. All right, you're coming to a place where you don't know anybody. The life is different, the food is different, the weather, the people, everything is different. So you need to learn new stuff and you need to adapt. And this is not something easy. It's easy for kids, who are young, but as we grow, we set some values and some traditions and some customs that we have in our life that we do not want to change. And changing them is like a shock. Okay, it's like jumping into cold water. But once you get adapted to it, you will feel comfortable, and then you will start swimming and you start enjoying it, and you understand, oh, it's amazing. It's good that I have jumped, and it's good that I'm here. So yeah, this is one of the things that I have done, and I think everybody who came to Canada must have gone through the similar experience, more or less.
Yeah, first you visualize that you want to be in Canada, first of all. Yes, all of us, when we moved here, why did we move here? Because we wanted something extra out of life. Otherwise, we were good back home too. Why not? But
Yeah.
yes, this the vision and then making it a reality. And then it is tough because I moved here in 2017, and the first thing I saw was, well, uh, which I was excited about was there's no honking here. So I like that because India is all about honking, irrespective honking. Just everybody's honking for no reason. The light is red, people are still honking. Why? Why? So I enjoy it. I'm like, okay, finally, peace. And I come from Delhi. Delhi is very
Congested.
noisy.
Yeah.
Yes, it is very noisy. I've stayed in Mumbai too, very noisy places. But yeah, just come here. It was good. One of the toughest decisions for me too, and it has been rewarding though, because this life, this land is a place where you can. It's like a free enterprise system. You can do what you want to do here. There is nobody telling you you cannot do this, you cannot do that. It's not like that. Though everything you can do. I mean, these situations in India are now visible, but I think I wasn't patient enough to wait for that long. I'm like, I'm going, I'm start this.
Yeah,
So,
absolutely.
yeah,
A lot
yeah,
of
go ahead.
opportunities here. There are a lot of opportunities, and I can see them everywhere. You just need to focus and jump into it. Just do it. Okay. Don't overthink. Don't and things will get clearer as you go. You will not. You do not need to figure out everything from day one. Okay. You just need to understand what is your next step. Do it, and
Mhm.
then think about the next step, and then do it. Don't look that you have 100 steps to go. Okay. Think about the small chunks and steps that you have to do right now, and as you go, you will get stronger, you will get more experience, you will learn new stuff, and it will become much more easier. And the vision will become clearer for you where you are going.
There are so many nuggets of gold that you're sharing here. Only if people who listen to this and if they are paying attention, because you're sharing so much, which is the difference between success and failure. Most people are thinking about, I want that, but they're not focusing what is ahead of them.
Correct.
So you're trying to make that big of a jump, but what about the next step? And you're sharing so much, which generally people tend to, and I think social media is one of the biggest influences that people have in their lives, that they are thinking about getting everything right now. I want it right now. Well, nothing happens right now, man. You have to,
Sure.
my friend, you have some work. And that is something. So what you're sharing is just amazing because I go through so much training myself, and these are the things that we learn on a consistent basis, like do the right things long enough consistently. You know what are the right things for you. Long enough is where the delayed gratification kicks in. It's not everything right now, delayed. Everything will take time. Give
Correct.
yourself time to sit, right? And then consistently is the action. Like you have to do it consistently. The more consistently you're doing it, the faster that the gap will be smaller, the faster it'll go smaller. But the point is, everybody wants it today, no action. Can somebody do it for me? Well, la la land. That's all I see.
Yeah, absolutely. I think they are used to immediate gratification. So they want the car that costs $200,000 and they want it now, although they're making, I don't know, $2,000 per month. So
Per month.
how,
Yeah,
how he can
exactly.
afford, and he will go into debt, to get that car. And then he wonder why his life is so hard. Okay, because everything
Yeah,
gets hard. Okay, you need to think about the value, about what you need to do in order to make that money so that you can afford that car or that house or that life. It
true.
takes effort. Okay, but if you do what you like and if you keep your eye on the goal and you keep your trust, you will be able to reach it in no time.
So can I say that this is how you stay motivated during tough times? Is it?
Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. I keep telling myself, I trust in God. Okay, everything happens for a reason, and eventually I will get what I want, and I will get it. I have no doubt in myself. Okay, I changed my passwords to the thing that I want to get. Okay,
Uh-huh.
so every
So
time I have to enter it,
consistent.
I
Yeah,
like it or not. Okay,
like
so
that.
maybe this is one hand that you can do. So I don't know, you wanna create your own business, type make your password like that. You wanna have 1 million Okay, make your password like that. So
This
uh,
is good. I never thought like that. So that's good because you do it every day. You're logging
you
in every
have
single
to.
day.
You don't have the choice. You need to enter it. Okay, whether you like it or not, whether you're sleeping or awake. Okay, without it, you will not be able to get to that stage. And by entering it several times, it will start be planted in your mind, and it becomes part of you. Okay, so
Wow, I will implement that for myself. Thank you for sharing that. I will do that instead of just automatic, like logging in. I would rather enter my path. Yeah, type it. That's good. That's actually good. I never thought like that. So thank you for sharing that, Daniel. I like
okay.
that. What are some of your proudest achievements till now?
What is my sorry?
What are some of your proudest achievements?
Yeah, I think my proudest achievements will be is having my family. It's my two sons are my biggest proud, and I consider them the best thing that happened to me. My wife, okay, she is the reason why I'm here and what I have achieved so far, because she was standing with me all the time through the good, through the bad, and she was bearing all those things as we go through this path together. So I think my family, my parents, my dad and mom and sisters, and especially my wife and sons are the best achievement or reward that I have. It's not an achievement, actually. It's a gift from God that you have people who loves you, who surrounds you, who supports you, who are bearing with you through the hard times, and you have them also to enjoy during the good times. So yeah, for me, I consider this is the biggest achievement.
I think we all feel like that because those are the gifts in your life. Only if you pay attention, those are the gifts
Sure.
in your life.
We take them
Yeah,
for
exactly.
granted, but
Mhm.
God forbids, you don't even need to think about it. So
Yeah,
it's a
not even
blessing.
go there.
Yeah,
Yeah. Let's not even think like that because everything
sure.
starts with the thought, right?
Thinking, absolutely.
Yeah,
Think positive.
think positive. Did you ever feel in your life that you have made it?
Uh, yeah, I think the trick over here, Amandeep, is that um, we as human being, okay, when we have, let's say, a goal or an achievement, until we achieve that goal, we are motivated and we are excited. And as soon as we get that thing, we realize, oh, but this is not what I want. I wanted something. I'll tell you, for example, okay, I always wanted Tesla Model X, just to give you an example, okay? So I was thinking, oh my God, when I saw it the first time, I thought, I was with my son and he sat into it and we saw all those gadgets and things when it just came, I thought, it was like hundreds of thousands of dollars. I thought I never get a car like this. But inside me, I wanted one. Okay. After like maybe 3 years or 4 years, I bought my first Tesla. Okay. And I sat into it and I drive it. And then, I realized, okay, so I have Tesla now. So what? What is the next thing? So this is, let's say, the peak or the maximum, that the best car that you can get. What is next? So I think it's always good that you keep yourself ambitious, and as soon as you get, don't keep one goal in front of you, because as soon as you achieve it, you will feel empty. Okay. All the effort, all the work that you have done, okay, once
Mm.
you get it, so what is next? You need to keep it for yourself, like the next goal and the next one after it. So to keep you motivated and to keep you going, you have to set several goals for yourself, or be anxious. Don't be afraid to shoot for the stars. Okay, so there is no limit. The limit is only in your mind. You can get whatever you wish for. You just need to ask for it, and you will receive it. So keep dreaming, keep wishing, and as every time you achieve a goal, okay, move to the next thing. So for me, for example, I moved to Canada. Okay, fantastic, great. Okay, I'm here. What is next? Okay, I want to open my own business. Okay, I have my own business. What is next? I want to expand it. I want to influence more people. I want to hire more people, to give them money so that they will, or enable them to make money so that they can have families and they are happy. So influencing more people, maybe inspiring also. So all of those things, that you do in your life, keep moving, keep dreaming, keep setting higher goals every time. And every time you achieve it, feel the gratitude, enjoy the moment, and move forward to the next step.
Yeah, yeah, that's good. That's interesting and that's very good. Thank you. I like the mindset that you have because I can gel with what you're saying. I think similar. So I am enjoying this conversation with
Me
you. This
too,
is amazing.
absolutely. Yes.
Amazing. I love it. Uh, Thinking about the ages of your boys, right? 21 and 18 years old. You see other boys too of the same age. What advice would you give to young entrepreneurs? Your boys, I know the eldest boy, he's in the business with you. So he wanted to start with car detailing. You liked it, or like, you know what, you do the
I picked it.
detailing, I'll do
Yes.
tracking. So you enjoyed that. You see some entrepreneurial spirit in your child. Well, what about when you see other people, other children? You see some children do not have the entrepreneurial spirit. So what advice would you like to give to young, let's say young entrepreneurs?
Yeah, I think you need to support your children regardless of which direction that they want to go. Okay, so although that you might have one perception and one vision of what his future should look like, and maybe you have more experience and more, let's say, education and knowledge, but still, I think every child and every one of your family members will have his own vision of and his own passion. So the best thing that you can do is to support them and give them the encouragement to move towards that direction, not stopping them, not forcing them to do what they do not like. Okay, on the opposite, empower them, give them the capabilities, help them, support, and you might end up finding amazing things even for yourself, like in my situation. Okay, so, and you need to try several things. Don't be afraid of failing. Okay, the first time it might not work. The second time might not work. The third time will work. And if it works, it's going to be something big and something very rewarding. And you will be able to grow it and move forward. And I think that the young people, they need to be more patient, okay? Because I think this generation is used to the tablet phones, and they are used to get immediate gratifications. They want everything and they want it now. And in life, things doesn't happen that way. Everything takes time and effort, okay? But if you enjoy what you are doing, find something that you enjoy so that you will not be feeling that you are doing like work. You're not doing work. You are accomplishing your goal and you're moving towards your goal. And every day you're getting closer. So if you do this thing that you love, you will enjoy it and you will be able to produce amazing results. And
Yeah.
you will get what you want also at the end of the day.
Yeah. So do you experience this with your boys? Do they have the instant
Absolutely.
gratification? Yeah.
Absolutely, yeah, absolutely. Like in many occasions, my son comes and tell me, "Oh, I made $200. What is $200?" I'm telling him, "Okay, $200. Okay, if you add them up for a 1 month, you will be making more than somebody who's working, who studied, I don't know, 5 years in the university and sitting 8 hours every day, working behind a laptop or working at McDonald's or working in a store shop. And it's your business, okay? So you need to keep working, and you need to keep, regardless of the money that you make, don't think about the money, think about the value, think about that this is an
Mhm.
investment that you are doing in yourself. You're growing your business, okay? You're making customers, you're creating a reputation, you're creating an image that will, you are investing. So it's like energy, okay? Although you cannot see it, but it's there and it's growing,
Yeah.
okay? So and eventually, and I think there are stages, like you keep creating pressure and putting energy, and then suddenly it will expand, okay?
Mhm.
And then you start putting more energy, and suddenly it will expand even more. So it
Yes.
can triple or 10 times, maybe even more in 1 second, okay? But you never know when that will happen, okay? That moment when it will happen. But you need to keep believing and you need to keep working. So don't give up, continue the work, believe that you will get it, and you will get it eventually.
Yeah, yeah. That's good. That's good because if you can share it with your child, similarly, if somebody hears this and they can feel the same, they experience the same, because I see they're always on the phone. The younger generation, they cannot do
Absolutely.
anything phones. They just are always glued on it right away when they get up and they're going to bed. The phone is already in their hand. So
Yeah,
I think it is where you get it can be used either or way in my
correct.
understanding. It can be used to make money or it can be used to like just back in the day when we were a child, we used to have these TV sets. You remember? We had cable TVs and we always our Instagram reels would be having a remote in our
Remote
hand
control.
and change the channel.
Yeah, you're
But
lucky if you
today,
had the remote, right? The remote was
yeah,
like, I
exactly.
remember I had the buttons, you need to press them.
Yeah,
Yeah, absolutely.
exactly. I mean, yeah,
Yeah, I
today children
remember.
have the,
True. I remember
yeah.
that some of the cartoons that I watched in my childhood, they kept repeating them over and over because they were limited. Like they are printed in my mind until today, and I can still remember the songs and the events because you watch them every year. They will repeat the same thing. So
Oh,
right now and nowadays, the content and the social media are they're millions and hundreds of millions of videos, and so you can use it
yeah.
either for good. For example, I use it to learn new stuff. Like I learned all my paint and scratches from those videos from YouTube, from TikTok, and those things. So you can use it either to waste your time, okay, doing nothing, or you can use it to learn new stuff. Uh,
True.
so it's a
The
sort
power is
of
in your
two-edged.
hands. Yeah, the power is totally in your hands. You just have to know how to
How
use
to
it,
use it.
right?
Exactly.
Yeah. Exactly. What are some of the predictions that you have for your business for the next 5 years?
Yeah, I'm expecting that, or I have a prediction that it's gonna grow. It's gonna become a trademark. Okay, and
Perfect.
it's gonna be franchised. Okay, so I'm gonna spread it across all Canada and even expand beyond Canada and start exporting it to other locations of the world, making the values and the concepts of business and uh, you know growing it and touching the lives of people, solving their problems, giving them the added value, um, and at the same time creating an image and a business concept that can be copied and repeated in other
Yeah.
places.
Yeah. I like the idea that you have. And since I worked with you, so I can see that coming true. So my best wishes for
Thank
you
you
and
so
the
much, Amandeep.
business. I do see it's going to grow. And I send you all positive love and energy towards you. I see it's
Thank you
growing.
so much. It's mutual. Yeah, I feel the same vibes coming from you. You're, looking at you, you can feel the positive energy. Okay, and it's
Yes.
definitely something that, when you have this conversation and when you speak it and you hear it yourself, you like I speaking words that I wasn't expecting to come out of my mouth. Okay, so it's just and you're hearing it, and then okay, where did that come from? Okay, where did this franchise and stuff came from? I never thought about it, but since you trigger it, okay, and this is actually a two-way communication. So the same way I can see it in your business and what you are doing as well. And I don't know, maybe you can tell me what is your vision, or how you think what you are doing will grow, and what you are trying to achieve.
My vision for my business is to expand, obviously, in one niche. I feel that every niche has its own pros and cons. So I run a marketing agency, right? My industry is about helping businesses generate more leads and generate revenue, give them qualified leads. So that's what I do, right? So I have understood till now that no niche is perfect. All right,
Mhm.
every niche has a pro and every niche has a con. It's about me, how to make my niche good. So I'm focusing on making my business expand Canada wide, but right now I'm focusing on the GTA area, get my roots here, get my grasp here, and then gradually I'm moving out and move towards having this business Canada wide with hundreds of clients. And the one thing that I look forward towards from my business is to fire myself. It's like I'm not doing anything in my business. I have my team is
Okay.
doing everything. I'm doing what I want to do, which is my personal. What I like to do the most is the things behind me. I'm all about reading. I like personal development so much. I like spiritual retreats. I like going on cruises. I like travel. So for me, experiences and learning about who I am, where do I come from, why am I here on this planet, where am I going after this life? Those are the things that motivate me. So
That's
for me to on that journey, I have to have my finances taken care of, right? So I'm working towards making this system automatic so that I do what I like to do. Not that I don't like this. This is my passion too, but that's my calling, you know. That's
interesting. Yeah.
that's yeah,
So
that's
basically, you
that's
want
what
to
I
get
like.
the freedom in order to be able to do what you love the most.
Yes,
That's
yes,
that's
yes.
very
So I am doing that currently. I am. However, I do see moving up in let's say in my understanding, spiritual path is not an easy path. It's filled with challenges. If you choose spiritual path for your life, it's filled with challenges because just my understanding is there are so many things that you have to get rid of. You have to get rid of your, I'm not saying in the terms of saying something negative, but sometimes you have to get rid of certain people in your life whom you love, but they are not on the path. So you might have to stop talking to them. So it's a tough decision that you have to make from time to time. But I'm willing to do that. I want to do it because I feel it's from my inside. I want to go there. I want to see what's the reality like, what's the
yeah.
truth like. I want to do that. So that's just who I am, and I want to do that. So that's my
That's
call.
amazing. Amazing. Yeah. Yeah, it's I think it's yeah, spiritual things. I'm into it as well, and I believe in it. And I think what you said, yeah, sometimes you need to break those chains that other people are putting on you, that not allowing you to move. And so yeah, but as soon as you reach that stage of spirituality, you will be able also to consume and to bring those people back into your life, because at that stage they will see how successful and how good it is, and you will prove that they were wrong, and they will accept you. So things will come back also in a normal way later on.
I, I look forward to it. As of now, I don't see it, but I look forward to
It will
it.
happen, Amandeep. I'm telling you.
Perfect. Perfect. Since you're saying it, okay. Okay. So you're saying out of experience. So that's good.
Yes,
That's good. I can feel it
absolutely.
too. Okay. Okay. I sometimes close my eyes to experience the moment. So that's why you might see what is he doing when he closes his eyes. I
Yes, so it's
experience the
good that
moment.
you're trying to consume it and to imagine it, because the moment you imagine it, the moment it happens. Actually, I'll tell you one more thing. So in the holy books, okay, if you read there, in every occasion where God wanted to make a miracle, he will ask his prophet to say it or to do something. So he could have done it. Let's say he could have, let's say, split the sea for Moses without
Mhm.
anything, but he told them, like, hit the sea with your stick. Okay, so he had a stick and he had to hit the sea. Okay, so imagine that you need to do such a thing to split the sea. Okay, for
Yeah,
an ordinary person, you will think, it's are you joking? It will never happen. But because he believed, okay, and he
yeah,
did the action, he took the courage to do that in front of thousands of people who are watching him, and their lives depended on him. So the sea splitted. Okay, so you have sometimes to say the word, you have to do the action for it to happen. Don't be afraid to say it. Okay, sometimes we are even afraid of saying it, afraid of saying, okay, I'm gonna be a spiritual, I'm gonna reach that goal, because we feel the fear, like it's not gonna happen. But if you believe in it and you say it with confidence, and it takes some time and some practice, it will happen. Eventually,
yeah.
you will get there.
Now that you've said that, it reminds me of another thing is there is another story of it is about belief, but you remember Star Wars, Jedi Knight, he and Luke Skywalker had his spacecraft drowning in the sea, and he talks to Jedi Master, and he says, Jedi Master says, "Well, lift it by the power of your thinking," and he didn't believe him, and he said, "Okay, let me try," and then it says, "Do or don't. There is no try." So he said that, and he says,
Mm,
"Okay, let me focus." And then he starts lifting the spacecraft by his thoughts, and then he lifts a bit. It comes out of the sea, and then it goes back down. And it's like, I cannot do it. And it's like, that's the answer. You believe you cannot, and that's why you could not.
exactly. Yeah, you have to
That's where.
believe.
So movies have the answers to our questions only if you're paying attention.
True.
They have it only if you're paying attention. So thank you for sharing that. Yeah, when you were mentioning it, I had the image of the seas being separated and Moses walking through it. If that's the story, I don't know it, but I know there is an image
It is.
of this
Yeah.
splitting, and
And it's
yeah,
mentioned in all the holy books. I think this is something that, you know, it happened. It's a reality. Okay. Although
yeah,
it's hard for us to believe such a thing right now, but, it is, I believe it happened because, you know, people were saved and they survived. So, and there is a lot of history behind it. But yeah, that's a different
yeah.
subject.
Yeah, it was great talking to you today. It was amazing. We had so many. I believed this conversation just went to another level. I could see it. I thought it's going to be a good conversation, but in my understanding, it's a great conversation. I enjoyed sharing cognitions with you, and I loved hearing your cognitions and your experiences and the background that you have and how you think and how you see. It's totally mind blowing. Thank you for being on the show. I really appreciated your time today, Daniel.
Thank you so much, Amandeep, for giving me this opportunity. And I believe everything that happened until now, it was meant to be. So uh,
Yeah,
you imagine, I repeat for people, don't say no. Always try to say yes for any opportunity that comes your way. Although maybe you do not see the potential out of it right now, but later on it might lead to great things. Okay. And this is exactly what's happening right now. When you came to me for a small or for this job that you had, and it was night and late and cold, Okay, I could have easily said no, it's Friday evening, come back, I don't
Yeah,
know, next week. Okay, but nevertheless, I said yes. And right now we're having this conversation. I'm having a business relationship with Daniel also. So,
yeah,
those small things, when you give uh, something positive, it will come back and it will come back multiplied. So
perfect.
always try to to provide good things and to try to help people. Don't think about the money. Think about the
Yeah,
value and the help that you can give.
perfect. Thank you, Daniel. Is there a way for people to reach out to you for your business? Can you share your website or your Instagram?
Yes,
And
I can. Do you want me?
yeah, you can share it.
It's danielscardetailing.com,
Okay,
and you can reach out on the website, or you can call us on the mobile 647-836-9265.
perfect. Perfect. Thank you, Daniel. Thank you for being on this show. I really appreciated our conversation. I look forward to having you again on the show in the future. So I hope
I would love to. Thank you so much, Amandeep, and I wish you all the success. And I think you are already in the correct path. And I think what you are doing is something amazing. Talking to people, trying to share the experience, and not being afraid to do something different. And it's a great thing. Thank you so much for
thank you.
that.
I appreciate your kind words. Thank you, Daniel. Thank you. Well, I know you're busy. Let's
Okay,
finish the show.
we'll
All right,
talk
take care.
later. You
We'll
have a good
talk
day.
soon. Bye.
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 Bye bye.